Yes, people, I hope you all are well and welcome to the first of a new podcast I am starting today. This will be going out on YouTube and Spotify. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Basically, we'll be discussing a few of the topics that we're going to be discussing on this podcast alongside some other stuff. So we just checking my audio is working. Right, let's get straight into it, people. So the topics that we have got for today is the Premier League is back. We've got a few injuries to discuss, and there's been confirmed there will be no more transfers. Also, we're going to be discussing a couple of transfers around Bernardo Silva that has just broke. Could Bernardo Silva be on Manchester City? We'll be discussing that in a minute. So make sure if you are tuning in, make sure you do smash a like and subscribe. Follow my TikTok, follow my Instagram, follow my YouTube, etc., etc. If you want to drop me a follow on Facebook, you can. I go live on there time to time, but I mainly do YouTube and TikTok now. So yeah, now I think there's no better place to start than let's discuss the Premier League. The Premier League is back. It was an interesting weekend, some upsets over the weekend, some huge results. APA Brighton beating Manchester United by 2-1. Fulham nicking a draw at Craven Cottage beating Liverpool. Another shock, Bournemouth beating Aston Villa. I predicted 3-1 Aston Villa in that game, and Bournemouth did win 2-0. So, yeah, that was a shock. There was a couple of shocks over the weekend. But I think at the start, this podcast is going to be twice a week, so every Tuesday and every Friday. So basically, every Friday we're discussing all the weekend fixtures and all the Liverpool transfer news and just Liverpool LFC related news. So yeah, we are going to get into it. But yeah, the Premier League is back. It was good to get the Premier League back. Obviously, you got the Serie A back next week. The Championship and stuff was back the week before. Yeah, even though we drew. It was good for the Premier League to be back, and I'm excited for the up and coming season. Obviously, well, I want to be excited. But yeah, people, make sure you are smashing a like on the stream. It'd be much appreciated. But yeah, man, there were some shocking results. Like I thought, I think you know what? I'm going to give my team standout to Arsenal. Now, the reason I'm giving Arsenal the standout team for the weekend was they went to Crystal Palace, a tough ground to go to. They went there last year and they lost 3-0. And a lot of people was predicting Arsenal to win them. They played good football, you know, for the first 20 to 25 minutes. It could have been 3-4-0 Arsenal, and on another day, Arsenal probably drawn that game 2-2, you know. And I think that just shows the character and a bit more depth and experiences now at the back in the Arsenal team with the likes of bringing in the likes of Saliba. Ben White was obviously playing as a wing back. I thought Jesus was absolutely electric in that first half for Arsenal. Yeah, it was a good game to watch, really good game to watch. And Anderson for Crystal Palace, the centre back, I believe he was on loan at Fulham last season. Yeah, he was unbelievable for Palace at the back. Excuse me. But yeah, that's my team for the weekend, Arsenal. So every week we're going to discuss the fixtures and give the team standout, which I think the team played the best football and got the results of the weekend. Obviously, you could say it's something like Brighton. But I'm going to give it to Arsenal. I feel genuinely, on another day, they probably drawn that game. And I think that just shows how far this Arsenal team has come over the past 2 to 3 years under Mikel Arteta. So I think credit to them. And they're up on a nice road. You know, so Arsenal's targets this season are going to be to trying to get into the top four. So it'll be interesting to see if they do. But the Premier League's back. Weekend fixtures. We haven't got a game now till what, next Monday. We got Crystal Palace at Anfield. Let me just take a sip of water. And yeah, it was good. But moving on, we are going to be discussing a couple of injuries. There's a bit of an injury crisis going on in Liverpool right now, and I'm going to pull up on the screen for you who is injured. So injured so far for us is Thiago Alcantara. He's expected to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. We've got Kanata that could be out till the end of August. Naby Keita is out. but he is expected to be turning to training this week and could feature against Crystal Palace on Monday. Curtis Jones, there's no real date for when he's going to be back. We expect him to be back by the end of August. Kostas Tsimikas is going to be returning to training as well this week, so that's a plus in depth as well as the Carabao Cup games. And the fees should start really piling in the next month or so. Diego Jota is going to be a long injury, I believe. I think he's probably going to be out until we can possibly not see him until what, mid-September time, because by the time he gets back up to full fitness, he is currently out. So that's unfortunate. Oxlade Chamberlain, shock horror, is actually injured. He is out for about 3 months, which is just every time we try and sell Oxlade Chamberlain, he just gets injured. It's like what he does is when he knows he's about to get a move, he just gets injured, or and he's like, "Oh no, I have to sit this tournament trophies." It's annoying. I thought Oxlade Chamberlain was going to move on this summer, and then yeah, now he's putting them going on a free, which we could have got him for like 10 mil plus the summer for like a West Ham or something, whatever. Queen Canada, I don't really know how long he's out for. Same with Cameron Ramsey. I think they're probably about 2 to 3 weeks. See, we've got some long-term injuries, the likes of Oxlade Chamberlain, Thiago, so we have for a length of time. Canarsie still Jude Bellingham, I think to get him this summer would cost 120 million, 123 million. He's the highest prospect midfielder, I believe. I rank him higher than Pedri. I rank him higher than Gravenberch. I rank him higher than Germany. I'm not just being biased because I'm English and Jude Bellingham's English. It's because one, I watched Jude Bellingham a lot more, and I feel like what I've seen Jude Bellingham's game is unbelievable at the age of 17, 18. So I would love Jude Bellingham for next summer. I would absolutely love it. I think he'll slot into our midfield, everything around the player, his professionalism. Klopp seems a massive fan of his. But then again, I think we need to old man two midfielders. I think with Milner definitely going to be leaving next summer, maybe 40-ish. So I think James Milner will be leaving next summer. Oxlade-Chamberlain will be leaving next summer. Naby Keita could be leaving next summer, especially with him potentially maybe signing a contract. Obviously, there's news about him signing a contract. So we have to just wait on the news on that. So we could potentially lose like 2, 3, 4 midfielders next summer. I'm not saying we'll lose one in one go, but a couple of them will go on free. And we're not signing Milner, Oxlade-Chamberlain all on new deals. So again, next summer is going to be a busy summer again. I believe we'll get 2 midfielders in next summer. I would also like to see a forward come in next summer, especially with Roberto Firmino being 30, 31 now. He could potentially still leave on a 3 years. There is contract talks going on. He wants to stay at the club. Yes, we know. But we'll have to just wait and see what happens there. Will he move on? I don't know. I mean, look, I would take Bobby for another 2, 3 years. As a squad player that can come off the bench and, but we'll have to just wait and see. We'll have to just wait and see, people. I think I won't be surprised if we get someone like Mateus Nunes, and then a Jude Bellingham on top of that, because we need players in the squad. Also, again, we've got Fabio Carvalho and Harvey Elliott, and I want to see loads of them. I want to see Harvey Elliott play next week against Palace. I want to see him get more consistency at game time of football now, because yes, he had that 6-7 months injury, and I feel like the reason why Klopp didn't really necessarily play him at the back end towards last season was, I think he played against Southampton when he had a good game. Also, again, he scored obviously only against Cardiff in the FA Cup last February. So I want to see more of Harvey, man. I really do. I think I want him and Trent and Salah on our right hand side. We saw it last summer. Harvey Elliott was our best player in those 4 or 5 games before he got injured against Leeds. He was unbelievable against Norwich, Burnley, Chelsea, and then obviously, bang, he got injured against Leeds. So it's not good. That's what I want to see. I want to see more of Harvey Elliott. I want to see more of Carvalho. And I think Klopp is just slowly, systematically thinking of where do we really want to see Carvalho. Yes, he can play on the left and the right, and he can also play in that cam role. So I would like to see him. But it's nice to have him as a versatile player that can play in those sort of positions, because obviously we've not got an absolute right winger. I'm not saying Fabio Carvalho will be the backup to Salah, but I would like to see more in the midfield. Him and Harvey in that midfield. I don't see it, but I won't be opposed to at least seeing it. Especially, let's say, if we're like 1-0 down against Burnley. I want to bring on some fresh young players. I mean, I won't be opposed to seeing a Carvalho, a Henderson, and a Harvey midfield. I don't know if it'll work. I won't be opposed to definitely not seeing it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. No more transfers this summer. I don't think we'll see any more outgoings. I think Oxen that will just leave on free. Is what it is. Obviously, Reece Williams has gone out on loan. Tyler Morton's gone out on loan, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on Preston and Blackpool. See how they get out. See how they get on. But yeah, no more transfers. The Premier League is back this weekend again. Make sure that you do like and subscribe, and episode 2 of the Talking LFC Reds TV podcast will be out Friday. So basically every 3-4 days, 2 episodes a week, where we're discussing injuries, a couple of Premier League games over the weekend, if there is any around Liverpool and maybe some other clubs. We might do that into the near couple of next episodes. So the content plan for the week will be, so today is Tuesday. Wednesday, no video. Thursday will be Liverpool versus Premier League predictions. Friday will be Liverpool versus Crystal Palace match preview, where we're discussing the game and my starting lineup, and if there's any more injuries or players going back into it, that could potentially feature against Palace. So we'll be discussing that on Friday. That will be episode 2 of the Talking LFC Reds TV podcast. Also, I've got a podcast account, and I've now figured out how you can post it onto Spotify. So now we'll start promoting that onto my Instagram and to my TikTok. The TikTok will be coming out very soon, and I will be announcing where you can follow that, etc., etc. But yeah, people, take care. It's just a 20-minute podcast episode, whatever you want to say it. But yeah, people, take care, and we'll see you Thursday for predictions for the weekend, and then Friday for the episode 2. So yeah, and also there might be a watch along, a couple of watch alongs this weekend. I'll tell you the fixtures that I'm thinking of doing a watch along for. Let's just log on to this on BBC Sport. That way. So Friday, probably not. Saturday, I'm thinking we do one of 3 o'clock kickoffs. I'm thinking maybe like Arsenal Leicester. I think that could be a good game. So we'll do that. We'll definitely do Aston Villa Everton. I think we'll definitely do that. And I think we'll do a double Sunday one. I think we'll do Nottingham Forest, West Ham, and I think we'll do Chelsea, Tottenham. And I think we're going to do Liverpool on the Monday. And then obviously match reaction, player ratings on the Tuesday.